Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. Welcome to the Gaming Daddy channel. So once upon a time, I found myself playing PvP in the Division 2's Dark Zone. Now I know a lot of people may think, this is a prank. It's not. It really isn't a prank. In fact, what you're seeing is real. You can actually take some water and sprinkle on your face, and you find out that you're not dreaming. Now, how did this all take place? This is a video that I promised you guys I was going to make. One of my clan members and I, we were in the DZ trying to farm some credits to purchase a weapon just so I could build my, what's the name of the regular exotic, because I got all the parts. I did everything with the Iron Horse raid. And we went into DZ, and behold, there was drama. One thing I know about PlayStation and its servers in the Division is boys and gals be thirsty. They want to shoot you. Everybody wants to be on your case in the PlayStation Dark Zone servers. I've known this since the Division 1. In fact, it's been part of my own motto just to say, you know what? Let's just not do this. PC Dark Zone, very fun, almost kumbaya, everybody farming, doing what we do. We PvE players going in there, taking over the DZ and doing whatever it is that the heck we want. But no, not PlayStation. Everybody wants a piece of you. Everybody sees you. They're like, you know what? I got this build. I want to test it out. Let's see how this goes. And the experience was quite interesting. I had a bulwark shield, giving my, my clan's member, I almost said something, my clan member, giving him cover, and Red and we were just basically running around the DZ taking out these bad guys, and he did all the work. Okay, all I did was just provide cover and just have a shield to distract. I just got my foundry bulwark, so I was flexing and all of the above. Now, this was not just the end of things. It pretty much, kind of started something in this particular server, and we were getting close to our goal to get the credits and dip out. I did not want to be in there and have anybody steal all my resources. I'd worked very hard to get all this stuff. So, we run a little bit, we meet some folk, they're still trying to shoot us. We light them up, and then eventually rogues start to take on the server. Ideally, we finish getting everything, and then as we're about to leave, it's always as you're about to leave, we see a crew that's pretty much, sort of kind of camping at the doors. And so I thought, I got my status effect build, let's burn, let's go, And this team was using both status effect and a sniper. If you notice, I basically got one tapped. And it's one of those nemesis type builds where somebody stays in cover, they have the nemesis, and if they hit you, you're done, especially if you don't have a bunch of armor or if you don't have anything. Well, eventually, this PvP session kind of turned into one of the kinds of PvP sessions that I will tell you that I was quite delighted to be in. Why? Everybody, not everybody, but most of us started to use our skills. Interesting, I know. Me, a PvE player, finds an opportunity to use my skills. Let's go. So I come out of the checkpoint. I start to puff skills all over the place. They start throwing down their skills. I'm like, okay, it's on now. All right. They take out my, my teammate. And so we're just spawning at that, same checkpoint. And this is the Division for you, by the way. It's all about the checkpoints, man. If you don't know the PvP in this game, man, if you've not done the checkpoint thing, you ain't played PvP at all. So we get back out there, we stand, and there's some other people as well that are kind of in this fight, and we kind of switch it up a little bit. We start changing our strategy, and everybody is just throwing down all kinds of different magic at this point. I got my whatchamacallit, my status effect build. I'm getting hit by this sniper, by the way. But at the end of the day, we kind of start taking them out. It becomes really fun, where I'm playing much smarter. I'm doing things differently. I'm starting to use my seeker mines and all of this shenanigans. And then it kind of dawned on me, like, so is this what the Division 2's PvP is like? Or is this the majority of what I've heard some other PvP players complain about or actually, share their concerns about? Because I remember watching, a video with Lyrical Fighter, who's a huge PvP player in the Division, by the way. For any of you who don't know Lyrical Fighter, I mean, if there's anybody who's played Division PvP a lot in this franchise, he's one of them. And one day I remember him just, basically playing PvP and going through this mission here and his teammates, and they could not do anything. They had an entire team that had a lot of these skills that kept them suppressed. And so it started to kind of dawn on me, like, could this be an opportunity? I just took that. You see, I just nuked that guy, man. He didn't have a chance. And I thought to myself, could this be the opportunity that we need, to start to look at when it comes to fleshing out some of the encounters that the Dark Zone has, to see if there are ways that, something like this does not stunt other players. How are they going to address these things in, say, the Division Heartland? When the Heartland comes out, are we going to still have this level of, PvP that involves skills? Or is it going to be something where, they're going to have to remove skills to be able to do PvP? If you ask me what the answer is, I really don't know. In fact, I was quite surprised that this is actually a thing. The team, they were coordinated enough to have all of that stuff, to have the skills, to have somebody with a sniper that just stayed back, that was probably max damage, everything you can stack on there. And, they hit you once and you're done, while the rest of the team was using stingers and chem launchers and sticky bombs. To me, I thought this was quite interesting and bizarre for a PvP encounter. Now, I didn't play too much PvP in the Division 1 other than Last Stand, but I can remember that it was mainly about the gunplay, and to me, if you ask me, this is PvP. I like the way this kind of worked out, honestly, but I can see how this was a little frustrating for a lot of Division agents as to how things like this work. And this was not the only frustrating thing. In fact, in that entire encounter, my clan member Red was explaining a lot of things to me, because I think we were somewhere and I had this agent run up on me with Hunter's Fury and basically melted me just very fast. And I had a very strong armor build. And he was telling me, that there are builds that can actually do stuff like that, that could just basically shred all your armor. And the person doesn't have to actually bother themselves, because they can literally do all that work with very little effort. They take I think he was using a Lady Death or whatever. And so builds like these, are quite interesting in the way that they actually function. But I remember that there was something that experience left me with a lot of questions. What could PvP look like in the Division if they were to make it more of a grounded level PvP? And if Heartland wants to do PvP correctly, is it going to be able to do it correctly with all of these parameters, being taken away or being left in the game? It's going to be a very interesting take to see how that all comes out. And to be very honest, it leaves me a little concerned, because if they don't nail this right, I don't know how they're going. I don't know what else, PvP players are going to say. I'm just here asking questions, wondering to myself, I wonder how they're going to be able to pull this off. But, time will tell. We'll see, because there are different schools of thought. There are people who believe strongly that they should be able to use their skills and whatever it is that they have been able to farm in PvE, they should be able to use it in PvP. There are people who strongly think that. There are people who strongly believe that, if it's tuned for enemy NPCs, then it shouldn't necessarily make its way into the player versus player interaction. But the Dark Zone, being quite chaotic, has to create this rule exemption, and so that's basically what we're looking at. So if Heartland's going to be taking anything or gleaning anything from these experiences, I guess they need to find a very good way to kind of set things up in a way that all players who want to engage in it are left satisfied, rather than feeling the same weird feeling in the in the encounters that they actually reach. Because I remember enjoying that PvP experience more than anything else, and then I remember somebody like Lyrical Fighter pretty much detesting it. So when I look at both of them, both angles, I'm like, wow, that's interesting. Somebody who's played more dedicated PvP hates the PvP than somebody like me, who just basically encountered it, and I just happen to have a lot of those skill-based builds. Talk to you guys in another video. Let me hear your thoughts in the comment section. Peace out.